Alright guys, welcome. We are down on the beach. I've got my Mavic Air 2 and the SkyClip for Mavic Air 2. We're going to be dropping with this today. I'm dropping about 250 meters out. I know there's a little bit of structure out there that I'm going to be targeting. Hopefully there's some demersal species out there. Speaking of demersals, I'm running a double dropper paternoster today with some mullet and some blue mackerel for our baits. And along with that, I've got a 6-ounce grapnel sinker at the bottom. Hopefully that'll hold the ground. There's a little bit of current moving around. That's not too bad. We're dealing with a westerly breeze of around about 10 to 15 kilometers an hour, nothing too strenuous that the Mavic Air 2 can't handle. So without further ado, let's get some baits in the water and see how this SkyClip performs. Phew! So I'll take you quickly through how this SkyClip operates. It's a mechanical release, as I've mentioned, so it's going to operate based on tension like all mechanical releases do. Essentially, you'll have your drop loop clipped into the bottom here like so. This drop loop is connected to your main line rig where your sinkers and your hooks and all that live. So as your drone flies up, it'll carry the weight of your sinkers and your rig. You'll open up the bail arm on your reel, or if you're running an overhead, you'll basically just take it, loosen it right off. And then once you start flying out with that, it'll be carrying your weight, carrying your weight, carrying your weight. And as soon as you stop your line by either putting your thumb on it, closing your bail arm, whatever it is, to stop the line actually going out, this will clip out like so. Your baits will hit the water. You can then turn your drone around, fly back home and wait for that inevitable bite. So the drone fishing rig that I've got set up here is a pretty common one. Most of the drone fishos around here in WA are running it, especially when you're targeting demersal species. So from the top, I have some 80-pound Shimano Tiagra leader. This comes down to the first 3-way swivel. This is just containing my drop loop here. So this is what I use to connect to the SkyClip Mechanical Release. I've got about 1 meter there down to my first dropper. This is just a snelled pair of circles on a little bit of flasher there as well, just to get the fish enticed. About 1.5 meters or so more, and then I come down to my next 3-way dropper. Again, just got a little bit of a different flasher on there with some circle hooks, and then from there it's around about 3 meters down to my 6-ounce grapnel sinker. Like I said, pretty standard common rig that most drone fishos are running when they're targeting demersal species. Well, let's get baited up and drop a bait out. So first things first, we've got our drop loop here. This is at the top of our rig. All right, so as I mentioned before, that 0.7 millimeter drop loop, line diameter, that's what you want, because that's what everything's calibrated to at the factory. Really easy to clip in. All you do is just apply a little bit of pressure. It'll click in like so. Make sure it's in there nicely. Should be sitting nice and flush, and you're ready to go. Now what I'll usually do is I'll just pop one of those feet there just over the line. So we're on takeoff. We shouldn't get any prop tangles or anything like that. Now we're all connected, calibrated and ready to fly. All we've got to do now is send it. Alright, so first things first, just make sure there's no boats in the area when you're drone fishing, no aircraft in the sky, anything like that. Make sure it's safe to actually drop the bait. You don't want to be dropping a bait onto a boat or actually have your drone in the air while there's aircraft about. So just do those couple of checks. Looks good to me. Now we can slowly take off. And once we take off, we want to slowly ascend to around about 20 meters. Beautiful. So we'll keep going up. And there's 20 meters around about there. Take a quick look again. Now, when you're dropping this bait, you don't want to be making any left or right movements with the drone while you're flying it out. You want to basically hold down full throttle forwards and keep that forwards motion going. Once you're ready to drop the bait, that's when we'll stop the line. But you don't need to make any left or right movements. If you go left or right, you're going to start maybe getting yourself into a little bit of trouble. Your drone might skew off, especially when you go into sports mode. The DJI drones definitely tend to like to turn a lot faster, so making sure that you're oriented in the way you want to be dropping to begin with is always a good start. Now I'm going to be pointing exactly out that way. I've got my bail arm open on my line. Again, just a quick check, nothing else around. Chuck it into sports mode. And let's go. So as we drop in, I'm just going to keep an eye on my distance. I know I want to be hitting around about that 250 meter mark. So we're at 220, 230, 240, 250, and I'll just hold my line there to stop the... Seeing the bait hit the water, I can stop holding forwards now because I know the bait's in the water, it's released off the drone. I can then return home, taking the slack on my line. Nice safe landing. Beautiful. How easy is that? Performed flawlessly, flew out. As soon as I stopped that line, bait hit the water. Now we just hopefully get a fish. Phew. There you go, guys. Nice and easy with the SkyClip Mechanical Release for the Mavic Air 2. SkyClip have developed these for all the other DJI products as well, so your Phantoms, your Mavic 1, Mavic 2, Mavic Air 1 as well. They're also making them for the Spry, and keep an eye out for SkyClip. They're coming out with a hybrid mechanical electric release called the Commander. That's coming out for a lot of the DJI models very soon as well. Got to be really impressed to see how that thing operates. I'm looking forward to some pinpoint accurate drops with the electric release. Got all the safety measures of the mechanical release as well, so should be good fun. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned, more to come.